Castleville. Some girls show me this trick where you can like get everything that you need and like extra stuff and never. And now I'm addicted. That's why you saw these stupid Castleville posts every time, because now it's like I'm addicted to it. But this place that I want to show you is like a waterfall. I don't know if the water is still going, but it's like on Ogden, and like it's completely beautiful in the daytime. You can't see crap at night.
Okay.
So Thursday, after we go to the Eagle Shop, hopefully these waves will still be there.
What is it called?
I don't know. I just know how to get there.
That's all that matters. I hate this. I hate how they've changed everything. I mean, what is this, medieval times?
That's exactly what they look like, yeah. Even certain restaurants, everything is, if it's not completely gone, the insides of these places aren't even the same anymore.
Right. This is right where I ran into Dr. I Am, because we were taking Savannah to that cupcake place. And he was trucking. He was moving so fast.
He's always, Chrissy, imagine having went to the pick-me-up and then had a couple drinks, and then you turn the corner and there Dr. I Am is like right in between the train tracks of the pick-me-up and like the little space. And he's like high as a kite. He's like, I'm looking for, to score some more pot. It's like, to see him, and I'm already intoxicated and he's gone, and that's a good restaurant. The energy, it was a bit much.
When did that happen?
When I saw him.
The first time?
I've seen him, no, the first time I saw him, I reconnected with him when he came to, I saw him in Oak Park again, and then he was like, what I've been doing is I've just been having like a drum circle at the Belmont Rocks. And imagine being with this man, like literally singing with all these other drummers, and he's in his element. There are no words for that man.
He was tickled that I recognized him, though. He was so happy, and he had no idea who the fuck I was, which is fine. He doesn't need to.
He's seen you with me. He probably does, but I don't think he's seen you as much as he's probably seen me.
Right. I have all those photos of him that you gave me. There's a whole bunch of them. Him in like this store.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that store?
That's another place. They moved to Madison and Narragansett, or Madison and Ridgeland. Then something happened there. Now they're like off of First Avenue and like Harrison. And some like right when you get off the expressway, some little office building. It's like and if you've seen John Malkovich,
right?
It's like some hole in the wall. Literally, it's like you're going to. It's so out of place, but it felt so like this is where they should be. It's still there though. It's still there.
Even all of this has changed.
What would you like to do before you go back? If there was one thing that you could be like, what? If I never come back here again, I have to do this at least until I am able to come back up here.
I need to think about that. That's something I definitely need to think about, because the pick-me-up has lost a lot of its meaning for me. And, spiritually, speaking, it's just not the same, and it hasn't been that way for a very long time. And
is it because of the distance?
No, it kind of lost its appeal before I even moved. Because I think it was when they outlawed the smoking, the crowd changed completely, and then they brought liquor in, and then it completely changed, and it just wasn't the same. It just was totally not the same. But I still love it there. I still love going there and just kind of like existing there, but it's not the same as it was in 2001, 2002.
I totally forgot that they used to have smoking there.
We used to sit around and smoke clove cigarettes. Sit there all night, and that, like when Maddie, the tarot card reader.
Right, I remember that.
Like originally I started talking to Maddie because you had fallen asleep in the booth.
I remember that. That was a good night's sleep too.
You were sleeping, and I started talking to Maddie because I was worried about Pete and what was happening with Pete and where we needed to go in order to make him okay. So I gave him like $5 and half a pack of Camels to read those cards. And he told me that I needed to let him go. And I was like, I think you're wrong. And then you woke up and you were just like, what are you doing?
That was one of those moments where it's almost like you go to sleep and you miss something,
right.
And then you wake up and find that it's still going. It's like, oh yeah, cool, like I didn't miss. That was a really good.
You were sleeping good.
A really good night. I don't remember shit that happened. Or how I fell asleep, or what caused. But I remember going to sleep. It's funny. The picnic has lost a lot of the. Old energy, but I also look at it like in terms of the people that were there serving.
Right.
Like everybody had a look, and not that that's what it's about, but I don't see people trying to express themselves more or less now with how they look.
Do you remember Tamale, the little? She was little, probably about 4'11", 5 feet tall, had all those red and pink and brown locks, and she had her hair all wrapped up in those two big buns, and she would stick those like chopsticks in them. And she worked at the alley, and she used to come over and talk to me and stuff, and like I modeled like my hair after her because I was absolutely in love with her and her hair.
The alley's changed too.
Yeah.
Like when they started to do tattoos,
right,
I thought
right.
something doesn't seem right about this.
Yeah. That was a while back when I started doing that. That was like 7 years ago, almost. Architectural Revolution, different.
They don't sell a lot of the same stuff.
That Pumpkin Donuts, that's totally different. That whole neighborhood. The record store is gone. The poster shop is gone. Do you remember that poster shop? That was right next to the Army surplus place.
I remember. That poster store is still there.
Is it?
It's still there, but they got rid of that record store that's on right off the Brown line. Like the moment you walk off, they used to have the Army surplus and then like this record store right there. There was a record store that was also on Clark and Fullerton. There were two of them. Then they got rid of one of them. The restaurant My Pie that was like near Fullerton and Clark. But Christy, these new spots that I found, this one cafe, I don't have like all the photos on my phone. My phone is so completely outdated. I wouldn't say outdated, but it's just not what it is. But these photos don't really even do it justice.